apology for the last minute change of sharer, because our sister Suisan, she has a business engagement. So yeah, so try to find replacement last minute, but it's last minute, so it's tough. I was contemplating whether to go on or not. But thinking if I miss it this week, then it will mean that we will miss the discussion for the week. That's such a pity, because we know how wonderful Master's teaching has been throughout all this time, especially this week. We are like going into biology class, National Geographic. So I also question myself, what if it's Master, what would Master do? Well, that's why we have the session on today. Okay, apology if the slides are not well prepared, but we'll try best effort. Okay, today, oh sorry sister, Lily just now forgot to put parts out. Okay, we are on this chapter 3 under parable. The episodes that I'm covering tonight will be from 614 to 617, from 5th December to 8th December. Also very grateful to the sharers, because I asked them very last minute also, and they're very kind and accommodate the request. Okay, on this episode 614, dated 5th December 2020, returning to the one vehicle with skillful means. Master in the beginning mentioned the Tathagata Dharma nature is perfect. His wisdom is vast like the ocean. All teachings are the same as the Dharma. Sentient beings accept as much as their capacities could hold. So Buddha established the skillful means in accord to each capacities, but ultimately still Buddha will return to the one true vehicles. That is the true intent of Buddha. Some of them heard Master say, here one could realize 10, some could realize 1,000. So for those who could realize a lot, Master said, these people must have learned from their past life. That's why they have it in their 8 consciousness. Such pure, undefiled nature cannot be contaminated. Master also shared that day the story of because what we watch is basically the cut edited version, only 24, the shorter version. But we found out that actually Master was sharing the story of Chen En. This young boy, Chen En, he in the past followed brother Xiao Chen. We know brother Xiao Chen today is not around. He followed brother Xiao Chen as a young disciple. He always helped him at the abode. This Chen En, the time was still young. He was very capable, very stable, able to handle the equipment well. We know that brother Xiao Chen, he's one of the very dedicated brother who captured. Thanks to him, we have a lot of wonderful Masters pictures and pictures of a lot of Tzu Chi's footprints. Though brother Xiao Chen has left, but there is this progression. Master also mentioned that day about more than 600 children returning to a boat from Tzu Chi Elementary School, and they brought along bamboo bank with them. Now today also we can always see many young, courageous, young bodhisattva, all these young children, they are so courageous. Look at them when they promote vegetarianism, because of their sincerity, and they're very genuine and sincere. When they promote it, it will come very naturally to them, and they're very courageous. There's no second thought to them. They think that we should embrace vegetarian in the first place. Why is there a doubt? There's no second thought when it comes to promotion of vegetarianism. We also heard during our last Saturday, those who joined us during the last Saturday Hualian talk about this young brother Brian. He also, to him, it comes naturally to him, vegetarianism. When he sees the other family members still taking meat, he will go to them and ask them, why are you, it's like very weird, why are you still taking meat? Shouldn't we give rise to compassion? These have also have life. Why are we eating? Why are we eating them? Why don't they listen to masters? Say such is the pure nature. I also recall my home brother just shared. He said, okay, many years ago when my second son was still very young, he was 3 or 4 years old that time. Some of the uncles relatives came to visit my in-law, and they were smoking, 2 of them. Then my son, he just went up to them and looked at them like big eyes and staring at the elderly relative, looking at them, and he couldn't understand. Why are you all smoking? Smoking is not good for the body. teacher said it's bad for us. Then the uncle also, 你看他根本就 stop. You see, such is the mindset of the pure and of the pure undefiled nature. That is because of when they are born and they are still undefiled. Of course, because of their past life also. So I also thinking for personal self, what's the homework for myself to have to keep working harder and get rid of all these defilements. So next life, do not have to wait. Just look at Po Qian, all these, of course, our brother Christopher and many others are such, they are so, some of them they are born as veggie babies and they could immediately help master to carry, to 承担, take up the responsibilities. Okay, very grateful to have with us Sister Elizabeth. Sister Elizabeth is from Manjung, Perak. We are very grateful to Sister for sharing. Maybe invite Sister Elizabeth to share your insights for this episode.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Okay, I'm Elizabeth from Manjung, Perak. Okay, I'm very thankful to join English group. Okay, in this episode 614, I'm very impressed by the children who have the good affinity to accept the Dharma and growing in a friendly environment through volunteering due of their past condition. One day, many young volunteers met Master in this about their as they hand over their baboon band to Master. They told Master that they wanted to donate to the typhoon in Philippines. So in this point, I can see these children having a pure and undefined mind. I'm really thankful that having such a good affinity to join this Tzu Chi family and also meet brother and sister. They are very caring and very loving. So in this group, I met brother Kevin. We we chat together. We chat together on WhatsApp last week. He told me that he has ADD and he sent his story. He sent the link his story to the WhatsApp. After I read his story, his okay, his story is quite similar to my story lah. I was bullied in primary school and poor in academic due I am Asperger and a slow learner. After I transferred to a special education school, it transformed my life as I met a lot of good people and joined the Dharma class in Buddhist Association during every weekend. I had heard Tzu Chi during secondary school. Even I went to watch the William Eating performance. It inspired me to become Tzu Chi volunteer after Form 5. Thanks to that, I made that vow and it made me dream come true. So from Brother Kevin advice, he advised me that the past is the past. One of the things aphorism also tell me that the past is just a memory. So we just seize the moment. We must learn to open our heart, forgive, and love everyone. It is very inspiring story of Brother Kevin. As I can see, he has a broad heart, even he is young. So hopefully I will learn more diligently and to continue to learn the Dharma and accept for other people. So practice it in my daily life. That is my journey.
And Sister Elizabeth, maybe invite Brother Joe to, Brother Joe, is Brother Joe online? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Her sister Elizabeth talked about. Sorry, I'm still outside. Just finished the meeting. Walking back to the abode right now. Yes, I heard Sister Elizabeth sharing, especially about keeping our heart open. I think that is one of the most important gifts that we can have for ourselves and others. And I think the one thing that we can always do, and I think that's the hardest thing, is whatever things that happen to us, if we can always remember to keep the heart and keep the loving heart and maintain it to be as open as possible, to always see the good, to always see the kindness, and then I think, wouldn't that reduce a lot of conflicts or misunderstanding among people? So I think that's the hardest thing that we could do, but that is also the best thing that we can do for ourselves and our friends and everybody. So thank you, Sister Elizabeth. I apologize for being late. The previous meeting ran a little bit over, but yes, always great to see everybody online. Thank you.
And Brother Joe, yeah, see, Brother Joe very busy, yet he carries us wherever he goes. Very grateful to Brother Joe for making it today. Okay, next episode 615 on our retributions follow us like our shadows. Such is scary, right? We Master in this episode also shared a story talking about many years ago when Tzu Chi provided aid to Ethiopia. The volunteers filmed and took pictures back to show Master what kind of life those Ethiopians were leading. It was truly terrifying and gut-wrenching. Master said she saw a man or four drinking this water, very dirty water, and there were worms inside. The water was the same color as the dirt. Imagine this. Then the man, after he drank the water, he spat some of the water into his hands to wash them. So those images engraved in Master's mind. Imagine that point of time, Tzu Chi, when they went over, it was such a condition. And gratefully, I think Tzu Chi also had the chance to provide some aid by buildings, by training them, more than 300 medical staff, train them how to dress wounds and applications of medicine. Not only that, Tzu Chi didn't stop at that. Tzu Chi also helps to build water station. So Master said, we often say that we live this life for the next. If we are born in those kind of conditions, in that kind Ethiopian place, what could we do? That is very worrisome. That's why Master is very, we could see Master great honesty and like racing against time to purify everybody's mind, because Master has this concern. So reminded me also today as we go to do another round of cash distribution for the refugees. One of the lady I remember, young mother, when she saw us, she was walking because during COVID time, we can't really go into their house. We normally will wait downstairs. They come into the open space, and we could see her walking hurriedly to us as another volunteer was helping her to give her the money, show the documents, everything. And I went to my car and took some storybooks. Very grateful to one sister recycling station. She couldn't bear to tear the pages, so she kept boxes of books, and I happened to be at recycling station, so I took it. So I got some books, and there was some flour and got some things for her. Then I turned back, look at her. Suddenly her face all reddened and her eyes were crying. Then look at her and asked the volunteer what happened. Then we found out that she said she has no more food and no money. She was so glad that we could send her the money. This lady from Rohingya, I just remember last week, the same spot when we distributed, another lady, also from Rohingya. See the circumstantial retributions, they were born in that country. And what happened, what bring direct retribution? They are here in Malaysia, both at the same, living at the same place. Last month, I saw the other lady were very happy and shared with us that that lady was, you see the conditions was different. The lady we managed to, the volunteers managed to pass her a sewing machine. By the time we met her, she said, she could already sew some garments and she could already earn money. She even started bamboo bank coin. So looking at this story today, I mean, now looking at this part on the circumstantial and direct retributions, it's so complicated. Actually, this law of nature, we look at law of karma, 因缘果报, the causes, conditions, effect and retributions of who are we to really think about it. It's not that easy. There's so many things playing, interweaving in between. Not only talking about the past, present. Some people say because of the past, what one have done, it's not so simple. It's quite complicated. It's also extended. I think the part to me most empowering in learning master's teaching is more to the future, the present and future. What could we do? How I wish that this lady also could be transformed like the other lady that we met last month. But we gave her the hope. Unfortunately, I mean, that point really feel like embracing her, but because of COVID, I mean, but we look at her very sincerely and tell her, yes, there is hope, you can do it, you can make it. This money, this 3 months aid, please keep it. This time we went and sent her the 3 months aid. I could see she was so very 感动, and then because she was so, and while she was doing that, the children were so, it's like seeing us Santa Claus, because we have so many beautiful books. 我们的小孩子, our children so fortunate because they have these very good, nice, thick covered books, also nice. And then to the children, maybe I believe they don't even own a book. Having those books with very beautiful pictures, the children were smiling all the way. 不同小孩子大人, of course, elderly, they have more things at their minds. So Master, I remember during this episode, Master also talk about this, of course, the circumstantial and these direct retributions are based on the karma we have created. Karma that is stored in our karmic consciousness in the field of our 8 consciousness. That's why the topic that day was, it follows us like our shadow. So there's a lot of mindfulness, and for myself also to reflect what is really the way to lead one life. Hopefully can lead a life without regret. It's a continuous homework to really listen and feel the suffering of others. More importantly, to go beyond oneself. Each time really very grateful, like today could still go for this distribution, even though the COVID is very, I mean, it's quite alarming in Malaysia. But that's why I could understand why they couldn't believe it when we say we're still going into their places to extend the money. Okay, Kanan. Okay, next we have we wish to invite very grateful Sister Epi. I just called her a few hours ago and she's very kind to share on this episode. Okay, Sister Epi, over to you, Kanan.
Kanan Sister Tzu Chi, Kanan, good evening, all brothers and sisters. My limited thought insights for this episode is that we have to accept the retribution as is based on our karmic seeds from past life. So for example, I do not know what I have done in my past life, but to live upon listening to the Xin Fa Xia every day, to the Dharma Master teaching, very grateful that have transformed and changed me to increase the level of consciousness that for the next life, I have to plant good seeds in my 8 consciousness and empty all those baggages, you know. So how do I do that? I think that I should take every opportunity to cultivate. Like nowadays, I'm too busy, very busy, you know, hardly have time. But I still, I wonder why, you know, how it opens my heart. And I'm very grateful that I have come across Tzu Chi and also Master's teaching. And it has really transformed me, especially how I started to open my heart broader is through the bamboo band. I started the bamboo band diligently after my commissioning in started in 2018. And after that, I believe the power because it have helped me to plant good thoughts, good reflections every morning, and thus have opened my heart broader to see others, to see the good in others, and also to continue to benefit others. Prior to listening to the Dharma, I've been quite, I do not know the wonders of the Dharma, and always more concerned about my own work, my own schedule. But very thankful that Dharma have taught me, no matter how busy, and I've lost track when was the last time I got angry with myself. I really lost track. So this is, I should say that it's the Dharma teachings that have transformed me. And in a way, I'm planting and putting in more karmic, better karmic seeds into my 8 consciousness. And I would say that No doubt, my present moment, the affinity with the Dharma could be shallow, but if I keep on diligently and learn and put in more effort, I think it can believe, have the faith that it will change in another lifetime or the or future lifetime, which I do not know. So I have to continue to buck up and hit on the right way and put in more effort. This is my little sharing. So back to you, Sister Siew Ching.
And now, Sister FB, okay, maybe invite Brother Joe.
Okay. Yes. Hang on. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Very quickly. Thanks to Sister Effie. I wanted to comment on what Sister Effie mentioned about the bamboo bank, and also what Sister Siew Ching said about the direct and also the circumstantial retribution. Why are these two things connected? Now, it just came to me when Sister Effie was talking about the most important thing that happened to her was the Tzu Chi and also the bamboo bank. I think it was today's Xun Fa Xiang that Master talks about the direct and also circumstantial, or these couple of days. I know these couple of days. And it dawned on me that Master was so clear that the entire world, the entire setting is what we get from the circumstantial. And so we are all born into this world with all the elements that are off balance. But at the same time, there is Tzu Chi. That's our circumstantial retribution. We are at least born into the world where we have a chance to come in contact with this path. Now, what do you do about this opportunity is up to you. You are given this opportunity to know these people, to do what we do. But what do you do about this? And I think that is direct. For some of them, they're born into it. So their families are already doing this. But for many others, they found it themselves. So they were also given this seed and the not so clear path. But as they follow their heart, they're able to get there. So I think we have to be very grateful for whatever it is that in the past life that we have done, so that our path to the to Tzu Chi is very short. But also we have to be very careful, because it is just as easy to lose this path. And therefore, when we're grateful, we have to make the best of it. And that's the bamboo bank. That's what we do to continue to be on this path. And not only that, but to make other people that their circumstantial retribution puts them in reach of Tzu Chi. Now we have to be the one to connect them. So I just wanted to put the two things together. You know, it's definitely we have it in our life. But what do you do about it? What can you do about it? And what are you doing about it? So not only are we cherishing it, but we're also making it known to other people. And I think that's very important. Okay, thanks.
And Brother Joe for the wonderful insights. Okay, next episode, 616 on all visible phenomena are impermanent, on 7th of December. Very kind to Sister YY with great diligence. She makes a summary using one PowerPoint. House shelter to protect our body. So we have to make it useful. With this body, we can protect the world, protect all living creatures. So there are various forms of house and shelters for the poor and the rich. The gist is to show the compassion to all equally. Wealth enriches the house, while virtue, like vitamins, enriches the body. Amidst the universe nebulous, which is the vast and boundless, countless colors in the universe, from the past until today, this is what Master said, all things have been undergoing formation, existence, decay, and disappearance. So to build in these few, I think these few days we could hear the structure inside the house talk about. Okay, sorry, earlier on. But of course, nowadays we heard about the insects, centipedes, these birds like yesterday. So biology class. Okay, before this, backward on 616, talking about the halls, the structures inside. So Master said to build a hall, we must gather earth and woods amidst the subtle changes of time, space, and relationship. All tangible, visible phenomena are impermanent. So knowing that, understanding that we live in this world, we want to be useful, like what our Sister Waiwa has drawn. So we, instead of being a flower pot, so we want to make sure we lead a useful life. As we know, this place will not last forever. It will eventually decay and disappear. Okay, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, the sutra verses, I was talking about the house conditions. It was old, repeatedly damaged. The halls, the quarters were high and brittle, fragile. Talking about the girders, beams were all like excellent. Foundations and stairs are falling apart. Though people harm the earth to build houses, how long will the houses last? Although people, some still believe that man can conquer nature, we know we can't do that. We cannot actually withstand the power of nature. Okay, maybe invite our Sister Yenny from Kuantan. Kuantan or Sister Yenny.
Yeah.
Yes, another far away Pusa. Sister Yenny.
And Sister Siew Ching, and good evening to brothers and sisters. Okay, today I'm going to share this episode 616. So because the analogy in this episode is talk about the house, the architecture. So the house is and the body. So after I read this episode, and what comes to my mind is nowadays we can see a lot of road shows that showing the house, and when we see a nice house, the nice outlook of the house with the quality glass and windows and bricks and very stylish like this, I think wow, everybody want to own it and want to stay inside, right? I think and we also looking for the smart house right now, and also a lot of facility, whether it's the location is good at the lakeside, have a lot of facility. So what we think about is the technologies and engineering, the architecture to have such a nice house. But most of the people like spending, work hard on the money and just want to spend $500,000 or maybe $1 million to buy a house and renovate it. So when we did in this way, and this will lead us like we are just demanding and asking like whether the house is well renovated, or is it for any we cannot bear any single tiny defects in the house as well. If let's say we saw, oh, this is not nice, there's a scratch line on the house, then we complain to the contractor and things like that. I think who bought house before maybe has such experience. So, and we try to claim whatever those defects within the warranty times, and also we keep arguing with the seller or the developer, the S&P terms and conditions. And when I read this, I also recall back sometimes I saw a video. There's a rich man bought a condominium, and he was not happy. I forgot. Maybe he was not happy with the tiles or whatever attached to the condominium, and she just used the hammer and smash the tiles in front of the, I think the seller or the agent. So I was surprised to think that what happened to the people in their thoughts. They think they are so right. And like just what Sister Siew Ching said, maybe nowadays men think that they can conquer nature, they can control everything. So after reading these episodes, so I think we are too careful for our own feeling and our desire, what we want for the house and how it's looking good, and we want to stay very comfort inside our house. And but then people already forget the effort that contribute by the worker, the builder, the designer, the engineers to completing the house. And we just thinking, we also forget the raw resources or raw material that are built for the house actually is come from the lands, from the mountains and actually from our Mother Earth. So we even don't have think of that actually the space that we actually staying right now is not belonging to us actually, it's belonging to our Mother Earth. So when after reading this episode, this made me like, I also think that there's a big hammer not on my head lah. So we should really think of it. We want to see every process of the material making, right? The bricks, like the tiles, windows, iron, steel, they're all actually the effort, not only the resources from the earth, and also the effort and the sweat behind the, contribute by the workers as well. So what my insight after reading this episode is we live in this world and enjoy various gifts in this vast space. So all things were existing now had gone through uncountable time of formation, because in the first statement that talk about formation, existence, and decline, and also disappearance. So all these things that we see right now will disappear, will declare and disappear one day in future. We don't know when, maybe yeah. So that's why all visible phenomena are impermanent. So in this episode, it's talk about the house, and actually it's similar to our body. So what I could link is the house is the object that we really see that form from everything that we talk about, the raw material and those effort from other people. And now we see it and we stay inside it. But one day if we don't take care of it, or one day we are not staying in anymore, actually we'll declare, and maybe there's one disaster come, let's say earthquake or whatever, so our house will disappear. So just like our body, we giving birth, and we were aging and ill, and also will die one day. So I can link with to one 金石语 is 人生没有拥有权，只有生命的使用权。So that's why we can say that all visible phenomena are impermanent. So these are all my sharing. And to all brothers and sisters for hearing.
Sister Yenny, maybe what Brother Joe?
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Sister Yenny. I enjoy listening to everybody's insight, and also while you're sharing, I'm also thinking. I also thought of the same 金石 aphorism as well, because I think it's a perfect one for this episode. And not only that, I think not only is it impermanent, but I also thought that this episode pointed something out that's very important. It talks about the house that is falling apart. But how do you know it's falling apart? By telling that the parts are falling apart. And then Master made the analogy that so are the people. It's not that the person just grows old and becomes impermanent. The person is impermanent because parts of the person becomes impermanent. So, for example, our shape couldn't stay this way the whole time, because our organs and our skins, our eyesight, they all go through decay. So is this house. It goes through various parts that is going through decay, and therefore the entire house is going through decay. And the reason why I brought this up is because I think this is precisely what Master was talking about earlier, about the 正法, 相法, 末法, about the righteous Dharma and the Zambulas Dharma period, the different ending Dharma period. And the reason being that when is the entire world going through the period of the terminating Dharma? When everyone in their heart, they're also going through the losing of the Dharma. But if everybody has this rejuvenation or the understanding of the Dharma, then the whole world will also go through this cycle as well. So it's not the whole. The whole is made up of its parts. And because the parts are decaying, then so is the whole. But I believe the reverse is also true, that if the parts are rejuvenating, the parts are going through the righteous Dharma climb, then I think the world will also go through this climb as well. So this is what, and that's why we don't have the ownership, but we can make the best use of it. And that is how we can reverse the effect of impermanence. Otherwise, you would just say, well, everything is impermanent, so is love, so is great love, so is compassion. But no, we reverse that by not taking the ownership, but best utilizing whatever that it is that we're given, so that we can continue this compassion. So that's just my feeling when I was reading through your thoughts about this episode. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, Brother Joe, truly indeed great love and compassion. It's rejuvenating it. 很棒. Okay, the last episode for discussion tonight. The wise contemplate the body as impure. Dated 8 December. Again, very感恩 to Sister YY for the wonderful pictures talking about the house full of trash, impurities, eventually nothing at the end. So don't dump more trash. The impure is already impure. The wise that they understand this body as impure. So today, during that day, your master bring us through a biology class talking about the 36 elements, the 9 orifices that constantly discharge filth. The 3 realms instability makes people afraid. The 3 realms referring to the desire realm, the form, and the formless. Those who have wisdom would contemplate on this and give rise to a sense of renunciation. The sutra verses during that time continue with talking about the parts of the house, the rafters, the posts were crumbling, the surrounding fences were all bent. Liken this to the body of ours. So Master talk about this, tour us with the elements in our body, 36 impure elements broken into 3 types. The first, even Dr. Eddie also very amazed by this, our masters. The first talking about this 12 outer appearance, the hair, body. Okay, if you want to see further, we can look back at the episodes. The hair, body, the body hair, the nails, the teeth, tears, mucus, liver, and okay, that's the first. Okay, there are 12 outer appearance. Then the next one, 12 elements of its structure. The skins, the flesh, the blood, the muscles, tendons, veins, bones, marrow, oils, fats, brains, and membranes. Okay, that makes it 24. But what about the balance 12? The balance 12 master referring to the internal elements like the liver, gallbladders, intestines, stomach, spleen, kidney, heart, lung, the brown, white phlegm, the 2 viscera. So after all this flesh decompose, it becomes part of the earth. So such, the master mentioned about the 37 principles of enlightenment, the fourfold mindfulness. Contemplating this, we will understand this body as impure. And master also asks us to contemplate on the mind as impermanent. So Brother Chin, during that day, he also ended up by asking us to contemplate for the sake of nothing, talking about this body, because end of the day it will decompose. Often human being create something. Unfortunately, it's not positive thing, it's the karma. Okay, let us invite for this biology class, we will invite Dr. Eddie to share with us. Dr. Eddie, Brother Eddie.
Hello, brother, sister. Really, I can really feel that, okay, our body really impure. From the master says, everything is impure in our body. It make me suddenly think of no matter how beautiful a car is, how branded it is, from the outside to the seat, car seat to the engine, actually all are impure also. Okay. So we all have a expiry date, just like a car. One day, cannot move anymore, or our body no more there, decompose, become fertilizer. Same like the car, one day they'll be over. So it helped me to think of not impure. So it's a true emptiness. Finally, everything is empty. Okay, but however, no matter how empty it is during the life of a car or our body, or what the car had contributed, or what our body had contributed, may make a difference in the world or to the people surrounding, even the car or body is no more there. So I believe the wondrous assistance will be there, the karma and the contribution that we've done, okay, can make a difference. And this difference will make, is continue to go on and on. Of course, how the car goes is depends on the driver, same as how we want to, before this expiry date, what we want to make fully use of our body is depend on our mind also. So my mind is, maybe it's my driver also. So it depends how a driver. Of course, when the car is no more there, the body is no more there, the driver can always change the car, just like my mind can always change the body. But we have no guarantee what will be the next car I'm driving. So impure, the concept impure and true emptiness actually helped me a lot into how to make use of my full time as a mechanic. Medical doctor is just a mechanic. We also deal with a lot of dirty work because human is dirty sometimes. Okay, so I think it's every medical profession that think that they are mechanics. I think we'll be more humble in doing this mechanic. But I also believe everybody has their own role. So how the mechanic fit what type of petrol to the car, what type of parts to put can make a difference. Some part of the car should change, then change it. If you should not change, don't try to change it. Okay. So yeah, so what to do as a mechanic also very important. Okay? So I hope I will continue diligent in this path. Okay, finally to be entitled to be called Brother Eddie. Okay, God.
Our ever humble Brother Eddie. Okay, let us invite Brother Joe to share. God.
Oh, it's always good to see Brother Eddie. Thank you for your sharing. Yeah, indeed, I think the car analogy was like the perfect fit. Indeed, it's just like a tool, and we can best use it, or the part is going to go through decay. But the other thing that I was thinking about, and that's how I always try to think in different ways. Sometimes our waste, we call it impurity. Well, first, if you don't excrete it, would you keep it inside? I don't think that's going to help you, right? So you can't keep it inside. So you have to excrete it, right? It has to come out. Now it comes out, and as part of nature, it has a way of going back to nature, right? Brother Eddie talks about the fertilizer, yeah, but I think what he meant was, our body decays and eventually becomes it. But also, our the waste that we excrete also can be used, can be seen as food for some other organism. If we're part of this nature chain, so whatever that we excrete, to us, it's impurity, but it's also part of someone else's input. And then we take their output as our input. And I think that's the beauty. I think that's the grandness of nature. And it makes me amazed in that my waste can be your food, and your waste can be my food. And that is the grandness of this whole nature. It's contained, and it's part of one, just like the waste of one part of our body could be processed in the other parts. So everything is all processed. And I think that's something that sort of puts me in the perspective that yes, it's dirty, but it's also serving its purpose just by, by functioning. I'm not sure where I'm going with this yet, but it just dawns on me when Brother Eddie, Dr. Eddie was talking about and obviously the entire episode. So the other thing that I want to say was, so suppose, and I think as a biologist would say that we go through evolution. Human beings go through evolution. So all these organs that we looked at right now, whether it's 36 and 9 different holes or whichever, maybe millennia ago, we might not have all these parts. So would the sutra still hold true? And the sutra that talks about all these things, it would not be true if it were happening to another different type of life form in different realms. And as we probably know, or we guess, I don't know, I never seen another heavenly being. I don't know if they look like us or how they look like, but do they also have the same things? And they should, right? Because they're part of the same realms. They're part of the 6 realms, so they should all have the similar things. But so that get me thinking about the authenticity of what the Buddha was trying to say, and that it is so true that the Buddha said it 2,500 years ago, when we do not have all the medical advances to be able to exactly know all these things. But it's always what Master said, that isn't it amazing that by the time that we're reading this, it is still true, and it is still applicable to all the things that we know today. And God knows, we don't know how long after this it's still going to be true. But I also believe that there will be one day when this is no longer true. There will be one day when perhaps the biological advances of human being or the different realms or the organisms, maybe one day we will become 10 holes. I don't know, because of, too much nuclear waste, and we go through evolution, or we go through all these mutation and whatnot. But I believe that by that time, there will also be the Buddha of that time coming out to say the new truth, even though the entire core of the truth didn't change. But the new Buddha or the next Buddha would have to explain it in the ways that these new organisms or the new realms or the new humans or the new Homo sapiens or whatever sapiens they might be will have to understand and say, hey, that applies to us. So I think that this is not exclusive to us. Yes, the content seems to fit us, but I also think that in different worlds, there will be different Buddhas explaining to them in the ways that they understand. And maybe they have tentacles, right? Maybe they have 8 hands. And so, whatever the numbers here might not add up to be correct, 36 or 9 or whatever, right? It might not be correct. But in that world, then they would have their Buddha explaining in ways that they can understand. So I don't know why I always think about these things, but when I see these numbers, I like to challenge it. Well, are you really sure? And what if it's an alien? The alien will come to the world and they will say, well, that's not my Buddha because we don't have 36 parts and we don't have 9 holes. Well, then you tell them, Buddhism, and they go like, well, I don't believe you because that's the wrong, that's the wrong anatomy. Well, then how do you explain to them, right? So I think about these, the weird thoughts, but it's always good to just share these things with everybody. Okay, thank you.
Brother Joe, you teach me 2 things. You remind me what I also think the same thing. Is this sutra suitable for those aliens far away or not? Okay, maybe they are not human. Maybe not belongs to human. Okay, but I think through your explanation, you teach me one thing is that future Buddha may say that you have 10 holes, but your body is still impure. I think the concept will be still the truth. Truth is still truth. Only the anatomy is different. And the second thing, Raju, you enlighten me in the way is the waste. Okay, the waste can be somebody's foot. Is true, really true. Now I still realize is somebody bad experience, somebody bad deeds could be my mind foot. Could be my mind foot for my own cultivation, because whenever I see something bad happen in somebody, it could be a food for my mind. So it will improve myself. Kan, brother.
And I think this is the fun part, you know. I think Buddhism is something that's very real. As Brother Eddie mentioned, that, you know, somebody's it's always our role model, right? Something that did right, and then we can learn, and somebody that, you know, that screwed up, we can also learn too. So I think that's something that we can learn from each other here. So thank you. Yeah, you know, aliens, you know, how is that going to work? But I think that the Four Noble Truth probably not going to change. Yeah. So also Four Noble Truth, right? For example, the first noble truth is life is suffering. But, you know, what is suffering, right? So like what Brother Eddie said, maybe one person's misfortune is another person's gain, right? And you know, and so what is suffering, right? So it's all in the mind, because our mind somehow naturally gravitates towards suffering, and that's why everything seems to be bad. And perhaps all these things trying to make us see the light of things, so we don't get bogged down with all the suffering. So yeah, so all these things are, I think this is what it makes us really energized. So hopefully that when we see things happening, we remember, hey, you know, maybe this is my screw up, but it could actually help somebody, and what wouldn't that be me? You know, that would be very good too. So thank you.
Wonderful session, truly. In fact, today, as we listen to the Sutra 2500 by Buddha, listening to the types of birds, how many of us could imagine that, wow, it could go up to that extent? Different kind of species, the birds have a different meaning because of the arrogance, and today also about the insects, centipedes, scorpions, snakes, vipers. So for those, really, Buddhism is always very interesting. Trust us. Just listen to come and join us at 5:20, and if there's time, join us for the post-sharing Jin Pasya as well. 2,500 years later, we're still very amazed by Buddha. How, I see. And someone mentioned about the ninth bird, the wooden rooster. Maybe next round, Sister Wai will share next week. So come and join us. Okay, Ka'an, brothers and sisters, Ka'an to brother, okay, of course, Brother Joe, despite his very tight schedule, still carry along us with him everywhere he goes. Brother Eddie, Sister Yenny, Sister Elizabeth, and Sister Epi for lots of heartfelt and wisdom sharing. Ka'an. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for your great support and your presence. Tomorrow we will have our 6 o'clock session. Come and join us. Hope that each of us, I trust that each has a lot of Dharma joy, and we have lots of master's wisdom with us, and very kind to Brother Joe for always sending us lots of Huai and love to our life. We invite Brother Joe to lead us in pink homage. Let us make 3 bows to the Buddha and Tao Master as we depart to apply in our daily life. Let us pay our respects to our teachers of life universal truth. Palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. Ka'an Pusa. Okay, we see each other tomorrow. Ka'an, tomorrow 6:55. Ka'an.
Okay,
Ka'an,
bye-bye.
See you
Bye-bye.
Ka'an.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Ka'an.
Bye.
Bye.